I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome back to the channel, and my name is Gigo. And today we are back at the Hill project, which we're building for one of our subscribers here on the channel. It is an apartment building. That's why you see it's so huge and long. It's on a slopey hill. So we are going for 3 levels, and at the moment we are busy with the decking for the left hand side, which is going to be the last concrete casting, the decking for this project. Then we're going to mount some blocks up there, and then we go for the roofing. So we've already done that for the other side, which is the left side, and we are now at the right side now of the project. In my previous episode, we saw how they laid the 2x4s, and then the bamboos underneath. Today the focus is going to be on the plywood, but we've done this in our previous videos so many times. So I would like us to talk about something else, and this channel is more about education and also motivation. So today I want us to look at questions that we should be asking our contractors, builders, or our foremen, because I noticed that we really don't ask questions. The kind of questions we focus on is how much is it going to cost us to build this and that, but we don't really ask the questions that, hey, will this plan fit on the size of my land? We don't ask those kind of questions, and later on when the house is put up, it becomes a problem. Either it costs us so much, or the rooms are too small, or we don't really like how it comes out because it doesn't fit the land. So I would like us to focus on that part in construction. So I would say the first thing you should always do is that when you find an architect, or you find a contractor, a builder, a mason, the first thing you should do is to ask the person to go to your land and check the land, see what kind of land it is, what is possible, because they have the experience of building, and they should tell you more history about the land, like if it is a slopey land, if they have to grade it before they start working, which most people don't do. Most people just go and then they start digging, but meanwhile you're supposed to grade the land, level it first, and do all those but most people don't really do that. So you're supposed to ask your contractor or your mason to go check the land first, to tell you what he thinks about the land and the planning that you are going for. Is this something which will support, or we have to raise the foundation a little bit higher? And raising the foundation might also change the structure of the house. That's something we also don't put into consideration, because we design a house, we like how it looks, but just one thing, just eliminating one thing from the design can change the whole appearance of the house. Just taking one windows out can change the appearance of the house. So we should know whether we need a higher foundation or not, and also the contractor should be able to tell you how he's going to plan to execute the project. Did he find information in the area? Where is he going to get sand? Where is he going to get stone? Where is he going to get water to build your house? How are the materials coming on site? Is it a good road? Which road can they take so that they don't have problems bringing materials and stuff to site? How are we going to store the materials? All of these things are things that we should be asking before giving our project to the contractors, because if you don't do those things, this is where you're going to hear stories of theft. Things are not going well, the people are not showing up on site, because if the workers don't get it easy to get to the site, then it's a little bit problem, to do that. So these are things that we should be asking. How is the person managing your project going to manage the materials? That's more important. If not, then you have to buy everything double. And also with the weather, you have to know when it is time for foundation. You don't do your foundation during the rainy season. You're going to pay everything double. So there are times, which you build. So we should ask this kind of questions, which I think is more important than finding the total cost. Because if you don't do all of these checks, the total cost will be invalid, because they'll tell you it will cost you this amount of money to build this house, but if they don't manage the materials well, then they have to do it double. If things cannot get on site at the right time, then you have to pay extra, to get a job done. So please examine, your workers, examine your contractor, your mason, your foreman before you give your job to them. You can watch on YouTube. There are a lot of people that have done mistakes with their projects. You can ask those questions, to examine. You can watch our videos and use our mistakes, to ask your questions, so that you get the right thing done. So back to today's, video. The woodwork is done, and fast forward, the iron rods are on site as you saw earlier on. So immediately we're going to begin with the steel works, and we have knee on site, already start to prepare before the guys comes around, the whole team comes around. And these are some of the things, you should know, because you don't need all the team there at the moment right now. So he comes, and he starts to prepare the rings, prepare the iron rod, straighten them, do all of those necessary jobs done before the team comes. So when they all are on site, the work starts immediately. Not that you have the whole team on site and you are now preparing the iron rods. It doesn't work that way. These are some of the costs you can reduce, when it comes to this kind of thing. So you really need, engineer, someone who has experience, someone who knows what he's doing, just not building. And also trying to reduce costs by reducing the quantity of materials which has to go into the project, to compromise for you, which later will affect you. Reducing cost, is mainly based on avoiding double work, and also, avoiding unnecessary labor on site. These are the two ways you can reduce cost, if you want to build quality. That's why when you check on my Pam project, how much it has cost me, and also on the beach project, how much we've also spent on that project. And for more cost estimates, you can check in my playlist. I've created a new playlist called a breakdown cost, where I've break down the cost of labor and materials that it cost me to build my Pram project, and the year also, so you can, at least it gives you an idea how much it has cost me so far. So thanks for staying with me, and I really appreciate your time spent here on the channel, and I'll see you in my next episode. Look, do we